So inside of the spiral intestine is what's called the spiral valve. The spiral valve runs all the way to the side of the intestine around the inside. And so what happens is the food comes out of the pyloric stomach through the pyloric sphincter into the duodenum, which is very short, and then down the spiral valve. And so instead of just zipping right through the intestine, the food goes around and around and around and around and around, which makes the food stay in the intestine longer, so the intestine has more of a chance to absorb the nutrients. Isn't that nifty? So this is the spiral intestine. If we come over here, this large triangular shaped structure is the spleen. In some of your sharks, the spleen might be mottled one of the circulatory system pink colors. But in this particular shark, the spleen is mostly gray. You can easily recognize the spleen because it is this large triangular structure. If you flip the digestive system a bit the other direction and come here just to where the pyloric stomach turns, you will see, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here, this is the ventral lobe of the pancreas, right here. So the pancreas is really interesting. It's like this long structure that like flips over, kind of like this. So there's the ventral lobe, which would be like the top part of my finger, and it's right here. Then, between the spleen and the spiral intestine, right here, out of the picture, right here, this is the dorsal lobe of the pancreas. So the pancreas is kind of like this, right? So here's the ventral lobe, right here. Let me turn the light up a little bit so you guys can see better. So here's the ventral lobe of the pancreas right here, and then right here is the dorsal lobe of the pancreas. It just comes in and flips around. So, spleen, back of the cardiac stomach right here, spleen, the dorsal pancreas, spiral intestine, ventral pancreas right here. Then, coming all the way down here to the posterior end, you'll see this thing that looks kind of like a pinky finger sticking up here. This is called the rectal gland. The rectal gland is specifically used in sharks to balance sodium chloride. So it's separate, really, from osmoregulation. Osmoregulation has to deal with solutes and water in the blood, and the rectal gland specifically regulates salt balance. It is distinct from the kidneys, which we will look at next time. So here is the rectal gland here. So a quick review. We have the two lobes of the liver. There are these large gray ones that run all the way down. Oh, let me zoom out. Sorry about that. Okay, we have the two lobes of the liver, and then in between them we have this little flappy tongue bit that sticks down. This is the gallbladder right here. And then we have the cardiac stomach, turns, pyloric stomach, turns, duodenum, straight down, spiral intestine. And then we have this triangular shaped spleen, where the pyloric stomach turns, lying on top of the duodenum, we have the ventral pancreas, and then if we push the spleen and the intestine apart, we will see the dorsal pancreas is right here between them. So that is the digestive system and related structures in the shark.